to a science. All right, moving on to our next segment, our Keep the Lie Live segment.
Keep the lie live.
Keep the lie live. Gotta keep the lie live. All right, let's keep the lie live segment. It's funny how you had said something about it with Black's Law Dictionary that I want to mention for this episode was, y'all, a lot of these celebrities, when it comes to the word politics, my brother said, we don't know what politics is. They are flat out media plants to gain support and attention for one person from the next. Just because your favorite rapper, and it kills me in our community that our favorite rappers or our favorite somebody we'll see on a reality TV show speaks up for another for a candidate. We like, yeah, because I like this person as as my reality TV show guy, I'm going to listen to him or her. And it's so funny, other cultures do not do that. Just because, I put it like this. I've never seen Eminem speak for the culture of white people about things that white people need in this country. He doesn't speak on that. And the rest of the people that look like him don't want to hear from him about worldly issues. When you got a record, we want to hear it. Other than that, whatever your experience is, sit down, have a Coke and a smile.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason in our culture, Paul George, and I'm just using him as an example, not that he's done anything. Paul George, great basketball player. He's coming out and speaking about worldly views. Again, this is not something he did. I'm just using him as an example for y'all out there. And then as people of melanated people seeing this and be like, yo, maybe I need to do what Paul George is talking about. Maybe I need to vote this way, even though Paul George has not mentioned a word of this person's policies. Paul George has not mentioned a word of what they're planning to do in the next year. And then what they're planning to do in year 2, in year 3. But again, in other cultures, people that does politics, the people want to hear from the people that does politics. But in our culture, the people that do politics, you don't really hear from them. They want to see you standing with Megan Thee Stallion. They want to see you standing with Amber Rose. They want to see you standing with Quavo. Like Quavo has something to add to the conversation of worldly views in politics. Quavo probably don't even know how politics work. So when we see this, it gets a bit disgusting and disturbed because obviously they're being planted there for some sort of attention and also to garner their audience to maneuver a vote. And that's all the setup is. But none of these people are speaking on the value of that particular vote. Like again, I use Paul George as an example, but Megan Thee Stallion was one of them. Quavo was another one. Amber Rose was another one. They sticking up for people that you don't know where they lie. They speaking on candidates when you really don't know their policy for real. This is why last episode I called one of the candidates the living image of the movie Distinguished Gentleman of Eddie Murphy when you did not know his politics. You knew the name. That's it. These people are media plants. It's one thing if you have somebody, because you could do more than one thing. You can be an artist, you can be a salesman, you could be a plumber and still speak on politics, but you have to know the game. You have to know politics to be standing with somebody talking about politics. If you're just sitting there talking about the person's character, but you don't know them personally, so therefore you are a plant because you're not speaking of anything of valuable of value and of substance to the policy that this candidate is going to implement that's going to make our society better. Anything you want to add to that?
It's just really the same playbook every year. You know what I'm saying? Just do the bare minimum for us, and then we just go happily to the polls and vote their way, and then get nothing in return. So it's like, hopefully now we done seen it for what it truly is, and we wake up and smell the coffee and choose the right path and choose based on the policies that benefit you and your constituency, and not on your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't matter about how you feel about the person. Is does that person see your views the same way you see your views? You know what I'm saying? He may not look the same way as you, but God, he wants the same end result. So why not? You know what I'm saying? If the end result where we're trying to be, like, why not we help each other get there? You know what I'm saying? So it's really based on voting on policies and what have they done in the past, and what they say they doing. If what they're saying they doing is going to match what they're going to do when they get in office. You know what I'm saying? So if we know Kamala Harris hasn't done nothing for Black people, and she said it out her mouth that she's not going to do nothing for Black people, why would you want to vote for her? Because everybody votes for people that's going to do for them. So there should be no reason why we do the same thing.
And when the race card is played so effortlessly, but we live in a society that's based on classism. In this day and age, what separates people is classism. Is not necessarily race. Race is a tool that they use to proliferate classism. I have more in common with somebody that's on my level, regardless of race, in the sense of lifestyle, what I believe in, what I want for my family, than somebody that just look like me, but he doesn't have the same worries as me. So now the world has really become a true measure of classism, but they hide it within using race. We do it all the time, but if you go to your local football team, guess what? You're going to have melanated, you're going to have white folks, all there together, for a common goal, win a championship. So now, in the grand scheme of life, take that football team and turn it into a job, a place of business, where all these people that come to do work and to make money, to make as much money as they want to make, but they also want vacation time. They also want suitable pay. They also want the suitable pay that they make be able to pay their bills, take care of all their needs, and some of their wants, at least some of their wants. So we got to recognize what's going on before it's too late, y'all. And again, I'm not swaying people for voting for this person or for that person, but you have to recognize the game that's being played. Like Dave Chappelle said this so effortlessly when he in one of his stand-ups where he's saying that he was like, Ja Rule's on the line, like something happened or whatever. And he was like, yeah, we got Ja Rule on the line and Ja Rule's going to tell us his thoughts. And Dave Chappelle is like, I may not want to hear from Ja Rule because Ja Rule might not have the answers that I need right now. Because we not talking about music. We're not talking about albums. We're talking about a serious subject, whether it was politics or it was something that. But he was like he was saying that the media spins it like we're gonna say, "Yo, where's Ja? We need Ja to make sense of this." Getting somebody, a rapper or somebody that has an audience that gains attention. Like I'm really gonna go crazy if I see any of the candidates on a Kai Cenat stream. On a Kai Cenat stream, on like I think his streams go up to like 850 people on the stream at one time. And I would not be surprised, but again, you're using platforms to 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 you would think to spread your word, but you're not really spreading your word. You because you're standing next to somebody that has some sort of influence, you're looked at as cool or one of them when you're not. When you're using race, but we know that classism is what separates the politics outside of race. If you took two people and they made $100,000, whether they was melanated or white, and they have a family that they need to take care of, they got a kid in college, they got somebody that need dental work, they got somebody that need medical work. They will have more in common than just somebody that look like them. So that's my keep the lie live for this episode. Anything else you want to add before we close out?
No, that was it.
Okay, okay.